Now this is the design of experiments. And our first definition is experiment. This is a controlled study conducted to determine the effect that varying one or more explanatory variables, factors, has on a response variable. You have to be careful about this. Sometimes a controlled study isn't as controlled as you think. If you have participants come in and they receive a treatment from you, then they go home, well, there may be a lot of other factors that are affecting those. Sometimes having a truly controlled study is impossible. Now, if you got lab rats, those mice that you torture and then decide something about them, then that's different, because you control everything about their environment. And this isn't saying this has to be people. This is an experiment. It can be lab rats. A treatment is any combination of the values of each factor. Experimental unit, person, object, or some other well-defined item to which a treatment's been applied, aka subject, or guinea pig. Now we have our control group. This serves as a baseline treatment that can be used to compare to other treatments. Then we have our placebo, an innocuous medication, such as a sugar tablet, that looks, tastes, and smells like the experimental medication. Blinding refers to non-disclosure of the treatment an experimental unit is receiving. If I give, talking about some of these, if I give everybody in the entire group the same medication, and I have this results, I have nothing to compare it against. So that's why the control group, you have to have some kind of comparison. A group that here's what they're like without the medicine. Here's what they're like with it, to show that there is a significant increase or decrease. Placebos, where you give one group basic sugar tablets, and they think they're getting their medicine, but they're not. So then you can see the results of it. And blinding, very important that they don't know what they're getting. Now, there are single-blind experiments. This is one in which the experimental unit or subject does not know which treatment he or she is receiving. I give the example, an extreme example in class. I say, what if I was administering LSD to everybody to study the effects of learning statistics has on LSD? I'm sure not very good. Well, if they don't know what they're receiving, then their reactions are valid. They could be getting a placebo or not, and they don't know. Double blind is when I don't know. Because if I know somebody is specifically getting a treatment, I may be paying more attention to them than to others. So, now, completely randomized design, one in which each experimental unit is randomly assigned to a treatment. Again, very important you do things randomly. Otherwise, you try when you start picking this person for the study. Those are ones you think might be good candidates that would successfully show the treatment, which isn't necessarily good. Because if I deliberately hand-pick people that I know we're going to respond well to it, then the study's completely bogus. Now we have matched pairs design. This is an experimental design in which the experimental units are paired up. Pairs are matched up so that they're somehow related. Same person before and after treatment, husband and wife, same geographic location. Sometimes when you're comparing two different individuals, it's hard to compare the results because they are actually two unique individuals, and results that one person may have, another person won't. One person is allergic to peanuts. You give them the nuts, and they'll fall over dead. The next person isn't. So that's why it's kind of hard. With matched pairs, you try to get some kind of way to pair them up, such that the results are more meaningful. Now, blocking. This is grouping similar homogeneous experimental units together and then randomizing the experimental units within each group to a treatment. Each group of homogeneous individuals is called a block. Randomized block design, used when experimental units are divided into homogeneous groups called blocks. Within each block, the experimental units are randomly assigned to treatments. And that's not too exciting of a section, just a lot of definitions basically. But let me go ahead and stop the recorders.